Hey, 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 good morning. Welcome back to Hanging Out with Dr. Lulu, the morning show that talks to parents, particularly parents of queer kids. My name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician. I am the CEO of Dr. Lulu's Life Coaching Lounge. I am also a board certified pediatrician, a mother of a trans child, and author, speaker, and all around badass mama. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the end of the first week of the year. Can you believe that? Like it's already the end of the first week. January only has 3 more weeks to go. No pressure. Okay, no pressure at all. But welcome, welcome. I took the day off inadvertently yesterday. I couldn't help it. My laptop literally was like, when am I gonna do this today? And I was like, okay. So, and I have, while I can go live on my StreamYard on my phone, I was like, you know what? I think maybe my brain or the universe was telling me something yesterday, take a break. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy it. So I wrote a little post about it. And my sister coach was like, just rest. And I was like, okay. And yes, it's okay to give yourself a break sometimes. And I just, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I was able to do other things like get ready for my event that I have coming up next Saturday. So if you live in San Antonio, then you probably know about Dream Week, and if you don't know, then you need to know. Dream Week is a citywide event that was actually started by a friend of mine. Happens to be a friend of mine. Coincidentally, he was not my friend when he started, but now he's a very 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 dear friend of mine. He's also Nigerian, and it's a citywide celebration of Martin Luther King's life and his dream, hence the name Dream Week. So initially was, I think, one day and then one weekend and then 1 week and now 2 week long celebration. And I think his dream is to make it like a whole month long. We'll see. We'll see what the virus is out there. Who have to say about it? Talking about viruses and bugs. Yesterday, I I think I know what caused me to have the dream, but hear me out. I went to the Office Depot to print a my marketing book, and I have two people watching. Please show yourselves. Please say something. Let me know who you are and where you're watching me from, where you're joining me from. I think they're both from Facebook. So I have my Facebook community, and then I have my Facebook business page. So I'd like to know who you are. Please just say something so I can say a decent hello to you. But I went to Home Depot and then I bought a bag of gummy worms. And I love gummy worms. And I ate all of them. And then I fell asleep on my couch. Maybe that's why I had the dream about worms. I don't know. But I'm here to tell you that I had the scariest dream about all kinds of bugs, insects, critters, creepy crawlers. They came into the house that I was in. It wasn't my home. And then they started coming in, and then they started coming in, and they started coming in more and more and more. And then all of a sudden, it's like the whole place was full of these bugs, me and everybody else with me. And then we ran out of the house. And then on the way down the road, I saw this little kid that I've seen before somewhere. And then I took him with me and we ran together. And I don't know where we were going, but the whole sky was full of bugs. And I was like, oh my God. And then I woke up. But so I wrote on my page, I said, who knows how to interpret dreams? What does it mean when you see bugs in your dreams? And most people, I looked it up and then it said something about maybe if you're being anxious, if you're being worried, and there's something you're thinking about. And I said, well, I'm a business owner. Naturally, I'm thinking about my business, but maybe I should stop because it said something about anxiety and, just something worrying you. I know there's a relationship that I had to break off yesterday, so I don't know if that's it, but either way, I don't know if you know anything about dreams, let me know. Other than that, today we're going to talk about self-love. And I think I wrote that on my question of the day in the group, the Facebook neighborhood, rather. We're talking about self-love and self-care and what are the things that you do, if you do any at all, as a parent, but especially as a parent of a queer child. What are your hacks and your tips for self love? Yesterday, because I took the day off from my laptop, I didn't realize just how attached I am to my laptop. And so I took the day off from the laptop, most of the day anyway, and I just sat down. I read my book, I wrote in my journal, I reached out to all my speakers in my upcoming event. I drew up the program. I was so productive without the laptop. And then eventually, when the laptop came back into my possession, I was able to type up the program and all that. I really think that that was major self care because I was not looking at a screen. And then somewhere along the line, I had a long, beautiful, very fruitful conversation with my eldest child. And if you don't know yet, my eldest child is also my trans child. They were assigned male at birth. And if you don't know what that is, we can talk about that later. But they were assigned male at birth, and today they are functionally trans woman because they are, well, 20, going to be 24. So I guess trans woman, trans girl. We had one of the best conversations that I've had with them in a long time. Ironically, we were not talking about any, it wasn't, well, it started as something frou frou, and I don't know what it was. And then it became something really deep. We started talking about just how people can take you for granted, people that you've invested time into, money into, energy into. And I think partially because I didn't have my laptop, I had time for that. Like time just came up and I was available for that. It was beautiful because we both agreed that, well, they are doing much, much better than I am when it comes to boundary setting. But we both agreed that, yes, you should not ever let people fuck you up. I mean, you know what? First of all, I just want you to know that it's 2022. I'm going to cuss because I like the way it lands. And if that's a problem for you, please feel free to unfriend me, unfollow me, leave the Facebook community, whatever it takes to make you feel better. But today at 59, 53, I'm realizing that I need to own my shit. I need to own my shit. And if I want to say shit, I'm going to say shit. If I want to say fuck, I'm going to say fuck. I generally don't cuss, but if that's what it's going to take to land the message, then I'm going to go there. So we had this beautiful conversation, and I was just looking at them and I saw them in a different light. And I mentioned it in the community. I mentioned that I saw my baby in a different light. I saw them in all of their glory, just shining with a different glow. And then I'm like, could it be because they've fully invited us, the family, primarily, and their close friends, into their world of being trans? Is that why? Or could it be that, it was just, I had time on my hands? Or could it be that, you know, I raised them to be so intuitive and so smart? I mean, we're talking about a Stanford graduate here, okay? With the best grades, that they graduated at the top of the class at Stanford last year, no, 2020. So is it that, or is it just I am also ready to see them as they are, fully, in all of their vulnerability, in all of their strength. I want to cry when I'm talking about this because that's like my baby, my first child, the one that I learned everything with from. And so I posted it in the community, and I was so impressed. Let me see if I can find some of the comments that came from that post. The engagement was amazing, but you know, for the fact that Facebook barely shows my stuff because of the shadow banning. Oh, by the way, I found out that it's legit. Facebook will ban you if you talk about certain things, and apparently sexuality is one of them. And then apparently YouTube also does the same thing. So I'm now in the mindset of I'm going to put the message out there, and those who it's for are going to get it. And That has to be my way. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy worrying about the fact that I'm doing this and no one is seeing it. So if it's the one person, then so be it. So let me find that post in the group. It was just so good. For me, I thought it was really good. The fact that people are able to see what I'm doing and read it, and then it touches them and they're able to communicate. So let me find that. Okay, this is it. We had 7 whole comments out of it. So one lady said, my daughter struggled for a while. I knew something was going on. I suspected sexuality was part of it, but I couldn't get her to open up and didn't want to push too hard, which is great. It's really good. And although I knew she was struggling in that moment, when I look at her now and look at pictures of her from that time, I can see it in her eyes. How powerful. I can see it in her eyes, she says. Okay? Her whole demeanor, she walks taller and lighter now. So it's like the spring, there's a spring to her heels, is what I'm thinking. But she walks taller and probably prouder, right? This is so amazing. Um, Her eyes glow again. Her eyes glow again, she says. Her smile is more relaxed and easy. Sometimes I find myself studying her and I'm so happy that she is happy. Let that sink in. And I need to let that sink in. Every time I think that my work is not worthy or it's not good enough or that self doubt comes in, which is very, very often when you own your own business. That was a good reminder for me yesterday. And then I'm going to say their name because they're one of the admins. Nicholas, one of my admins, says, I seriously love you all. All they read was the one comment. And they were like, I seriously love you all. This is such a nice post. Thank you for being here. Thank you for working out your feelings, and thank you for being a parent that learns about the beauty of queerness. So deep. And the true gift and power of queer youth. Being here touches my heart, they said. While I wish and pray and hope and want so much that everyone in the group sees that comment, anyone who sees it is enough. It's enough. I have to be okay with that. My original post was earlier today, I had a thought about my eldest child. I saw them in a pure light. They looked so peaceful, so happy, so content. All I can say is, thank goodness I'm here to witness it all. What about you? Do you see your queer child in a different light since they came out to you? And we got that response, and then that response. And then another person says, oh, definitely. We're getting there slowly. My 12-year-old son was so angry a few months ago, and I thought it was just hormones. 12-year-old anger makes sense. But then he came out to me, and since then, the anger has really dissipated. It's our secret at the moment. His dad doesn't know yet. I have encouraged him gently to tell his father, as I want him to be able to totally be himself. At home. But I don't think he's quite ready. But I know once he does, that we'll see a further transition in him. It will be a real weight off his shoulders. Thank you so much for creating this space. I really don't know what I would have done without it. I'm in the UK and I haven't found another group like this. And yet, yesterday, a friend of mine who had the best intentions said to me, well, friend to friend, she said twice, friend to friend, I want you to just know that maybe you should be careful. Maybe you should be careful. And so I posted about it. I said, somebody actually said, be careful to me. Be careful about what? Be careful about being me because I am extra for some people. Because for some people, wholesomeness is too much. I love her to pieces and I thanked her and I said, thank you. I hear you. Thank you. Because I know she meant well. I know that. And what she said to me, many, many people have in their hearts and can't say it to me. So, of course, I appreciate it. But I'm doing what I'm doing the way I'm doing it because I am who I am. I can't be somebody else. And you shouldn't be either. You are a parent of a child who's been in pain for years and months and weeks and days and hours and finally comes out to you, or maybe hasn't come out to you. And so when they come out to you, when they invite you in, when they make you aware of the fact that this is who they are, I need you to be extra. I need you to be extra loving, extra affirming, extra accepting. I need you to be that. I need you to not dull your shine when it comes to your child. I cannot dull my shine. I have always been sassy. That's who I've been. You see those pictures of those women with me in the middle? That's who I am. Sassy, bright color, in your face. I've always been like that. And I know I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. I don't want to be for everybody. I believe we already have one person who is for everyone, and that's God. I don't want to be God. I'm very okay with being myself. I need you to also be yourself when it comes to parenting your kid. And so let's read some more of these beautiful comments. And then we have Kim saying, absolutely, the journey is hard, but so beautiful. Thank you, Kim. Kim is also a parent of a queer child. And then we have another mom who says, I get to see my child's strength. What? I get to see my child's strength. Do you know how right she is? It is a very, 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 very difficult thing to be yourself, to live in authenticity. It's very difficult because the world wants to squish you. The world wants to tone you down. She says, I get to see my child's strength and confidence come out more. I get to see my child smile more. He is so much happier. And that, of course, warms up my heart. Why not? I am so happy because I doubt myself every single day. I doubt my yesterday I got another invitation to come and do some work as a pediatrician in another town close by. I turned it down only because it coincides with my event next weekend. But I want you to see how the demand is out there for me as a physician. It's there. So doing this work is like walking uphill for me, backwards with my eyes blindfolded. And so I'm going to go with my instinct. That's all I have. I have no one teaching me this is the way to do it. But what I won't do though is be cautioned because wait, some patriarchal person is feeling like maybe their tiny dick is being challenged. We're not going to do that. And so I'm asking you today to be bold, to be beautiful. And if you're Black, please own your Blackness. To be bold, Black, and beautiful. And Kim says yes. I'm not sure what she said yes to. She says LOL. I know what you said LOL for. Yes, I came up with that phrase when Donald Trump was in office. I thought he had a tiny dick syndrome. Yeah, there I said it. So don't be afraid to love on your child. I know I said it with self-care, and I think it's a form of self-care to love your child. So please, when you see this video, do me a favor and comment on it and tell me how you practice self-care as a parent. Because I want to add it to my book. I want to know the 30 different ways people practice self-care. I'm sure there are more than 30. Self-love actually is what I wanted, not self-care. But yeah, I think self-care is a manifestation of self-love. And self-love encompasses self-care. And so that's all I had for y'all today. They're not going to be long. They're my musings. They are daily. And if you like what you hear, join me at night at 9 p.m. every night for my nightcap with Dr. Lulu. That's crazier. That's on my page. That's less subdued. It's at 9 p.m. Central. These ones are 9 a.m. Central. Join me every day if you can. I'm going to come every day. So help me God. Except if my laptop misbehaves or something else out of my control. I'm going to come every day and share with y'all what I think. I'm going to encourage you every day. I'm going to ask you if you are a parent of a queer child today and you're struggling or you suspect that your child is queer, your child hasn't even come out yet, and you're suspecting that they might be queer. I'm asking you to sign up for my masterclass. It's going to be monthly through the year. This month is top 3 mistakes that parents make when their kids come out. It is not free. It's $39 introductory rate. I'm going to put the link in the video, and I say this all the time, but I'm serious this time around. I'm going to put the link in the video in the 3 locations: YouTube, Facebook profile, and Facebook community and Facebook business page. I'm going to put the link. So if you would like to learn how to respond when your child comes out, what to say, what to do, how to be, those first critical moments, send me a DM. I don't have all the answers. I never did. Nobody does. But I'm willing to learn with you, stand side by side with you as we co-create that parent that your child needs. I also have an online coaching program that I'm launching on 2/2/22. Apparently, I learned something about numerology today. For me, the year of 2022 is my 2nd year. I don't know what it all fully means, but when I added my date of birth, my birthday to the year, I came up with 2. So I don't know, but I'm launching my online program. I already chose 2/2/22. That program is a little bit different. It's a little bit more of an investment, but it's going to be worthwhile regardless. It's going to be 10 weeks of you and I hanging out, having a party every day, celebrating you, celebrating your child, celebrating how you can become the parent that your child needs. Everyone, including me, needs that. I wish I had that for myself whenever. So send me a DM. Either way, I'm going to put the links either way. The 3rd call to action is my book. My book is done. The rough draft is done. I'm taking off 1 week before going back to do the self-edits because I gave myself that permission to do that. So the week is going to be done Saturday, tomorrow, and I start on Monday my self-edit. And I'm excited. I'm punching fear in the face, honey. The imposter syndrome is real. It's real. But yeah, so I'm punching fear in the face and we're moving forward. And all of the questions that I ask y'all, I'm going to put all of them together and put them in my Q&A book or in my activity book, which you're going to have an activity book, a think that's the word I'm using versus workbook. I don't like the word work. So my activity book is going to have all of these questions so you can think about it. I am so excited for your book and for you. Thank you, Kim. Kim is definitely a super fan. I appreciate you, Kim. I appreciate everything that you've done for me in my journey, in my growth process. So, three things. Yes, three. They say usually do one call to action. I'm like, one call to action is for basic people. I'm extra, remember? So, the first call to action is my masterclass, which is on the 29th. It's only $39. The second call to action is my online program. And the third call to action is my book pre-order. So I'm going to put all the links in the show notes, so to say. All right. Thank you all so much for everything. I appreciate it for real. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central, unless, of course, there's something else going on, and there shouldn't be. And then again, join me tonight at 9 p.m. Central so we can take this thing to the next level, shall we? All right. Peace, love, and soul. Don't forget to love on your baby today, but especially to love on yourself. All right? Bye. See you tomorrow.